Is manufacturing semiconductor chips going to skyrocket in its growth? Let's find out in today's video. Namaste everyone and welcome back to my channel called zuzanareacts, where I learn all things power with your help, and I just share my Slovak Central European point of view. And in today's video we are going to look into the impact of building India as a semiconductor empire.
Tonight we want to talk about semiconductors or chips. They're shaping our present and they will define our future. India wants to be a semiconductor powerhouse. By 2029, India wants to be among the world's top 5 chip producers. The top 5 in the next 5 years. It's an ambitious target, but it is a goal worth chasing. Our world today runs on chips. They power every modern day gadget that we use. But chip production is a complicated process, and a clutch of companies control the world's chip supplies, although that is set to change because global supply chains are being remade and India is in a unique position to capitalize. The United States agrees with this assessment. Today, it welcomed India into a new chip partnership. It's a US-led initiative run by their State Department. It has 7 members of partners: Costa Rica, Indonesia, Kenya, Mexico, Panama, the Philippines, and Vietnam. Today, India became the 8th partner in this alliance.
Nice.
And what does New Delhi stand to gain from this? For starters, American investment to build India's semiconductor ecosystem. The Americans are expected to focus on 2 areas. The first is semiconductor assembly, where India puts together the various pieces, testing the final chip and then shipping it to the rest of the world. So that's the first focus area, chip assembly. The second area is training, sharing technological know-how with Indian engineers. Now, these are the 2 things that the US wants to work on: chip assembly and sharing technology. The actual investment may take some time to materialize. They will start with some assessments, basically to evaluate India's current chip ecosystem. Where do we stand? To identify the gaps and to see where investments may be needed. Now, this could range from workforce development to infrastructure needs. And once this assessment is done, India and the US will finalize joint initiatives. And we must add here that New Delhi needs all the support it can get in this field, because mastering chip manufacturing is not easy. It's a highly complex process. The first step is design, and that alone can take years, even decades, to develop a powerful chip. You need extensive research and development. The process is expensive, and the path is not linear. Let's say you have an idea for a new chip, one that can outperform all existing chips. But you need access to proprietary technology from another company. So your first step will be to approach them, that company, negotiate for access to the technology. And only then, only when you have the go-ahead, can you start the design process. The next step is to manufacture the chip. And for that, you need a fabrication unit. Again, these factories are not easy to build. Building just one such unit can cost anywhere between $10 to $20 billion.
Whoa.
So the cost can be prohibitive. Plus, there are several other complexities involved, like accessing chip-making machinery. There is a small pool of companies which control the supply of these machines. Access to raw materials is also a challenge, and all of this is clear to India. India realizes that this is a challenging task. It is trying to tackle all the challenges together and leapfrog in the global chip race. India is offering more incentives to chip makers. Earlier, the government had offered $10 billion. Now it is raising the amount to $15 billion. That is in incentives. India is also changing some conditions. It wants to focus less on chip assembly and more on manufacturing. So more incentives will be provided for raw materials, gases, and chemicals, basically the stuff required to fabricate a chip. So that's one area of focus. The second part is securing the supplies and the know-how. Last week, Prime Minister Modi was in Singapore and he sealed a deal on semiconductors there.
हम बहुत एग्रेसिवली सेमीकंडक्टर के क्षेत्र में जा रहे हैं। अब तक करीब 5 कंपनियां ऑलरेडी अपना काम शुरू कर चुकी हैं। आगे भी औरों की संभावनाएं हैं और हम पूरी इकोसिस्टम को लाने वाले हैं। हम कोई एक छोटा सा टुकड़ा, एक आध हिस्सा करके अटकने वाले नहीं है।
Singapore is critical to India's plans. It makes 10% of the world's chips and around 20% of the semiconductor manufacturing equipment. 9 out of the top 15 chip makers have a presence in Singapore. From design to assembly to fabrication, packaging and testing, even raw materials and manufacturing equipment, Singapore has all these areas covered, so it can be a valuable partner for India. Today, India's semiconductor ecosystem is valued at around $20 billion. $20 billion today. By 2028, it could cross $80 billion. So a four-fold increase in 4 years. That's the projection. This industry has tremendous growth potential, and India has all the right ingredients to be a chip powerhouse.
Very interesting. What do you guys think? India is building its powerhouse capabilities. I did not know about semiconductors by now, or chips. But it looks like India is perhaps wanting to overtake China and dominate that market. Obviously, there are huge growth plans for India too. I think that Modi has presented. So it's interesting to see. And India is really pushing hard into this direction. That there is a deal with the US on, building the capabilities. I mean, I had zero idea that this costs so much money, and we take all these things for granted. But it does look like it was interesting because I would think that India has enough of a technical talent. So what was surprising for me to learn was that you need a know-how and training. And she also mentioned that this ecosystem already also exists in India. So I wonder what that actually refers to, at what level, because was she trying to mention that you will try to be a country that like mentors that these things together, that does not come up with the technology but just puts the technology together? Is that what that was about? Do let me know in the comments. I'm very curious what you guys think about this initiative and how you view that. Is this discussed? I know there's a lot of tech folks on this channel, so I would love to hear from you about what's happening. Maybe I'm completely off based on what I've said, but I would just be really curious to know where this is headed and how you see India being prepared for this, how you see the workforce being prepared for this. But I guess for me, is like, go India, go. If you can build on that and grow a country as a result of that. And I guess there will be a huge know-how in your country to further drive progress forward. It feels like a lot of win-win for India in this one. But do let me know what you guys think about that. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you did enjoy, please give thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you next one. Until then, please do take care. I'm sending lots of love. Bye-bye.